want you to explain to this court how come your original witness statement of truth referred to paragraphs 1 to 22.
It's a good temper. It's a good temper. We've gone beyond that. You see, the permission was sought for amendment. We accordingly granted it.
Yes, I'm out.
You see, you are a veteran in this job. Do you allow your witnesses to prepare this statement of truth? No, I'm asking you as a lawyer of some standing.
Yes.
Do you prepare this statement of truth, or you allow the witnesses to prepare?
My lord, the last time
answer that question.
We don't, but I make sure the witness reads what we prepared.
No, but petty errors may occur, and they occur on a regular basis. That is why we allowed this amendment to be granted. So we've gone beyond that.
My lords, I'm most grateful that the court recognizes the occurrence of petty errors. Now, you said in paragraph 8 of your witness statement that, quote, Dr. Kwesi White and I, on many occasions, pointed out errors in figures and words on the sheets that were brought, which ultimately affected totals and assigned results. Now, when the petitioner filed his petition, the only problems he complained about were the complaints in his Exhibit B attached to the petition, the alleged padding complaint of in Exhibit F, and his exhibits exhibit, I believe, E.
How can the witness have access to the pleadings?
Well, the witness,
he said he gave information for the preparation. That was what I understood him. But looking at the pleadings, how many witnesses would have access to the pleadings settled by counsel?
My lord,
no, in fairness to the witness.
My lord, the witness has not said he is unable
you see,
to answer this question.
Well, go on.
My lord,
excuse me, is to also protect every witness who comes to testify. Yes.
my lord, indeed, the witness has made clear that he had an input, but he does not know the details of what the lawyers did. I think he gave an answer to that effect. And this question is referring to exhibits and so on in the pleadings. And I do not think that it's appropriate for the witness to be asked questions in relation to a petition. If he wants me to go into the witness box to answer questions about how the pleadings were made, we can determine whether
I take very serious objection to this snide remark. No, I take very serious objection to it.
My lord, I will avoid sarcasm, and I take that back. I take that back. But my lord,
courteous. Civil courteous statement. Very well. Civil courteous. Now, you know that the original secretary in Ashanti clearly indicated that they had no problems with Ashanti region results, but rather rejoiced at the results. Don't you?
The question again, please.
I said, you know that the regional secretary, that is the NDC regional secretary for Ashanti, had stated in public that he had no problems with the results of Ashanti region, but rather he rejoiced at the results.
I am not aware that the regional secretary for Ashanti has made any such statement. I'm not aware.
But you are again aware. You are present at the Regional Coalition Center at Ashanti.
I said I'm not aware. So how can I be again aware? I said I'm not aware.
Mettle, he's asking another question. So please don't lose focus. Just listen. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's asking
okay, my question.
You are again aware that present at the Regional Coalition Center of Ashanti were stalwarts of your party, including Mrs. Betty Mould Idrisu. Not so?
I knew she was in Ashanti region, but I didn't know she was present at that particular time in the regional whatever coalition center. I have no knowledge of that.
And I'm putting it to you that she did not complain about the figures of Ashanti.
I am not aware of that. I am not. And she was not the returning officer. Sorry, she was not the representative of the region in that regard.
Now, I'm furthermore putting it to you that the complaints that the petitioner has in respect of Ashanti region related to only 4 constituencies. I'm putting it to you.
That is not correct.
And I'm furthermore putting it to you that the numbers involved were a mere 534 votes. A mere 534 votes.
That again is not correct.
And furthermore put it to you that this number had no material effect on the overall outcome of the presidential election.
To start with, I don't know where you're getting these figures from. And I have no way of confirming that the figures and the source of the data is correct. I have no idea where you're getting these figures from.
Now, one of your complaints in your witness statement relates to the Eastern Region summary sheet. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
Now, you will notice that your complaint was that there were 2 summary sheets, one signed by the NDC and other agents of the other candidates, and the other, those signed by agents of some of the other candidates, was not signed by NDC.
Yes, there were 2 summary sheets presented. Two summary sheets presented. One was signed by the NDC, and the other was not signed. That is correct.
Now, I'm putting it to you that the fact that the other summary sheet was not signed by the NDC does not prevent the chair of the EC to rely on it, provided they were signed by other
Is it not a question of law?
But he makes a case out of it. That is the point. So,
now, my lords, if I may, that exactly is the issue that we were raising. That on many occasions, the EC permitted the resubmission.
Intervened to expunge the question. So there's no question now. So listen to counsel.
There's no question to be answered.
Yeah, he'll come back to you.
I'm sorry, my lord. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm extremely sorry.
Now, in paragraph 10 of your witness statement, you claim that the EC officials were applying double standards, correcting signed summary sheets from the regions on occasion, while refusing to correct others on the ground that the agents of the candidate had signed. Is that not it? Is that not
That is absolute point I'm making. Yes, that's a point I'm making in my statement.
Yes. I'm putting it to you that Dr. Professor White, who was with you at the National Coalition Center, made no such reference in his witness statement.
Well, I wouldn't know what he said in his witness statement, but in my candid opinion, in fact, I was watching the fax machines, and on many occasions the fax machines were not attended to because no faxes were coming. And then suddenly you see something coming, and then you have to...
Please, Mr. Nunoo, at times you talk too much. Mr. Kutampa.
Yes, my lord.
I'm very sorry. I'm a politician and a former lecturer. That's why I'm like that. I'm sorry.
Then let me remind you, you are in a courtroom. So please mind the way you answer the questions. Mr. Kutampa, if 2 persons witness the same incident, and you ask them to narrate what they witnessed, they will come with different stories. That's natural. You see, natural. So the fact that one witness did not, make mention of something, it doesn't mean another witness will make mention of the other thing.
Yes.
You understand it?
That is generally true. But where the matter is...
Also, it should be presumed that he doesn't have access to the witness statement of
Yes, but my lord, I'm putting it to him. So if he says he doesn't know, it's on record that he doesn't know. That's what I'm doing.
But the question must be, with no respect to me, a legitimate one.
Now, in any event, from your long experience since 1992 in the then strong room, now National Coalition Center, you know that even where agents of candidates disagree with the figure, the EC may go ahead and use the results to declare the elections. You know that from your experience.
That is not always the case. Good. In most cases, depending on who the returning officer is, you were given an opportunity for correction before the final declaration. In this particular instance, the EC chair is not following best practices.
You see, I'm putting it to you that the agents of the parties cannot compel the EC to do their will.
The agents of the parties cannot compel the EC, that's correct. But that is why in the past we had an iPad. The iPad provided an opportunity for further stakeholder dialogue.
Now, we claim in paragraph 19 of your witness statement that you made a mistake when you signed the summary sheet in the strong room. Is that not so?
That is correct.
I'm putting it to you that whether or not you made a mistake, the EC was entitled to process that summary sheet.
That was not always.
Is this not a matter of law?
That was not always the case.
Oh, Mr. Mettle, please. Yeah,
I think there's a time lapse.
Yes, I know. There's a problem. Some few seconds can. Yes, but I thought that it is covered by the CI.
What is covered by?
Your question.
Yes.
It is covered by the CI.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You see.
Excuse me. My Lord, the witness, I'm relying on his experience. And my point is, the point I'm making.
And what his experience teaches us is the regulations in the CI. Yes, that is what we understand from the bench.
In other words, his experience does not surpass
the CI.
This CI.
Everything is in the.
We are guided by this.
Very well. Now, you refer in paragraph 17 of your witness statement to a difference of 1,707 votes between the regional summary sheet presented to you in the strong room and the one published on the EC's website. Now, I'm putting it to you that 1,707 votes, even if true, do not have any material effect on the final outcome of the elections.
My Lord, that is not correct. The electoral commissioner has not accounted, she has not accounted for the votes and how they were tabulated. She has not. Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. So she has not established the true number of votes cast and all that. She hasn't.
Now, you refer to Western North summary sheet in your petition, in your witness statement.
Western North, that's correct.
And claim that the petitioner's agent refused to sign. That not so.
And claim that the petitioner did what?
The agent at the regional center did not sign.
Yeah, did not sign.
But you signed.
That is correct.
Good. Now, just for the education of the court and myself, what exactly was the information you were taking to former President Mahama, the petitioner? I'm not saying what message the EC chair gave you, but the substantive information you were taking to President Mahama, former President Mahama. What was that?
The specific message that I was directed then.
Mr. Mettle, I'm not asking you the message that anybody gave you. I'm saying what was the information that you were going to give to President Mahama on that day?
The information I was going to give related to anomalies that we had detected in the processing of summary sheets from the regions and how the collation process was taking place in the strong room. Anomalies in mathematics, anomalies in words, anomalies in totals and tallies. Yes, those were the issues.
So I'm suggesting to you that the EC chairperson could still have gone ahead with the processes of declaration, whether or not you sent any message or information to President Mahama about any anomalies.
My Lord, again, I think this is a question of law. I mean, it's clear.
Mr. Kutampa.
Yes.